Anyway, AfterLyfe. Looks like Yeat was tired of Cardi getting all of the hype for his album. So now he's like, nah, bruh. We testing the waters. AfterLyfe soon, which is actually a pretty dope name. I ain't gonna lie. Because the last project, EP, was Life, right? So he's doing AfterLyfe. And then he had Alive, and then he had 2 Alive. So he's actually really creative with his names, with his project names. And we've been anticipating, I guess, this album since the Complex interview he did where he teased that he's gonna drop something like in January. Well, bruh, it's 2023. It's January, bruh. It's January. But he said on his story, let's check it out. AfterLyfe soon. That's it. And probably like some of the snippets that he was posting. I think there was one with Uzi, some other ones. I'm not really keeping up to date with all the snippets because I feel like I already know what Yeat sounds like, right? Like, sure, he's gonna switch it up at least a little bit, but like, it's not switching up the whole sound. Now, what I am excited for is Cardi's project, because you never know what he's gonna come with. I'm not saying Yeat's not gonna evolve, but it's not gonna be as drastic of a change from the last project. You know what I mean? Like Life to AfterLyfe, I think it'll be solid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to diss. Benny X tweeted too. Let's see what he tweeted. Yeah, Benny X will probably be on it, considering that he was one of the main producers on Life, right? So AfterLyfe, it would make sense that he would be main producer on this. What did he say? He said AfterLyfe. Okay, so he's on it. That's producers' way of being like, yo, they're staking their flag in it on the moon, just like China, how they're claiming the moon is theirs now. It's like gonna be their territory. Nah, bro, that's ours. Do I think YoungBoy could be on AfterLyfe? It could be. They could have done a swap or something. That would be smart if Yeat gets YoungBoy on it, because he's like what we were talking about with Cardi earlier, where he always gets people who are bigger than him on the project. That's how you grow. You can give features to smaller people, but what's the point of like paying for features? I mean, a lot of these rappers don't necessarily pay their friends because they'll just give it to them for free or whatever. But why would you like waste a slot when the whole, like, you see what Nav does for his projects, right? Stacks them shits up with Travis Scott, Future, Uzi, etc., Gunna, Young Thug, like all the streaming gods, all the like people use, Lil Baby, all the people who go crazy, Lil Durk maybe. So why would you waste a spot on like just one of your friends? Like, I know you want to be the homie or whatever, but just give them a feature and now your first week sales aren't affected. And now you can get fucking Drake on the project. You know what I'm saying? Or a YoungBoy. He's going to have Uzi likely, because we all know that like Uzi and Yeat's relationship, as we talked about before, there was a snippet. Let's actually check out who he's had. He had Gunna on the last one. Gunna's also a streaming god. Life, actually no, that was on 2 Alive. So Uzi was the only feature on Life. Sorry, I apologize. But on 2 Alive, he had Thug and Gunna, and then Uzi was on the Geek Pack. Correct. So yeah, it would make sense, especially because Yeat was just on YoungBoy's project or on that song. I can't remember which one it was. I like Yeat's verse, of course. But they could have done a swap for sure. Although I think YoungBoy is low-key a bigger artist than Yeat, but they're actually in the same ballpark now that Yeat has grown so much. YoungBoy still suns him a little bit, probably doubling his sales, tripling his sales, but YoungBoy is like the most popular rapper on YouTube, so there's no one really touching him anyway. Who else is he working with? Him and Lil Durk ain't cool. So is he gonna work with Lil Baby? I don't even know if Lil Baby and YoungBoy are cool. So who else could YoungBoy work that he's actually cool with still? Like Drake? Would that work? I mean, I feel like it would. Who has YoungBoy collab with recently? Let's see if this is possible. Recently, Internet Money, Rod Wave, Ty Dolla Sign. This is with his own artist, Quando Rondo. What are his last projects? Lost Files, all solo. I feel like he does a lot of solo because he just doesn't have good relationships with people. Like, he's always beef with somebody. Nicki Minaj, okay. Here's the Yeat one, okay. No way that Yeat got paid for that though. Youngboy was like, yo, just hop on this shit. And Yeat's like, I'll take it. Is this the most streamed song on the album? 3 mil, 3.5 mil? Well, what do you know? He doubled, he tripled the songs around him streams just because Yeat's on it. What does that tell you? Yeat's really out here, bruh. He's out here. Okay, so Youngboy working with Mouse on the Track, Shy Glizzy, E40, Quando Rondo. Yeat's actually the biggest artist that Youngboy has collabed with more recently. I mean, he's been with like DaBaby, but Yeat is selling more than DaBaby at this point. Rod Wave is bigger than Yeat technically. If we're talking about streams, Quavo is too. Feel me? Rich the Kid. Yeah, true. I feel like if Rich the Kid were to go solo though, Yeat would beat him too though. Yeat would actually outpace a lot of these more mainstream rappers if they went solo without features and no like huge label push. Like if we're talking like organically, if they were all to post on SoundCloud or Spotify or whatever, no promotion, Yeat would beat them. I'm not even trying to dick suck.